It's definitely rewarding to work for the city, especially because I grew up here. So I feel like I'm giving back to the community that I grew up in, the community that raised me. So everyone's kind of family in a sense. My name is Martin Gadula. I work for the Milpitas Fire Department, Bureau of Fire Prevention, and I have the privilege of being the Assistant Fire Marshal. So I never imagined working for the fire department, but going through college, like environmental science is my major in college. It's something that really happened to fall into my lap. There was an internship that opened with the fire prevention office. So I took that during college, and after graduating, they hired me as a contract inspector. That's where it all started, and then 2015 is where I started my career. I've been here ever since.
One of the things that was interesting with Martin was that he comes from a family background where I believe his family upbringing what has a lot to do with who he is today. He puts others before himself. He's willing to do whatever it takes to serve his community, this organization. And so that speaks volumes. And because he had grown up here, he has a great advantage in terms of the historical knowledge of the city. There's nothing like growing up in the city and understanding all what goes on between the residents, the community, the commercial businesses and whatnot.
I think fire prevention in general, it's kind of the underdog of the fire department. We don't drive around in these big fancy trucks, but our job is primarily to protect, to educate and ensure public safety through the compliance of the applicable fire codes. But our job is also to protect the firefighters and first responders. So we make sure buildings are safe, not only for the public, not only for staff members, but for first responders who might be going into the building. Yeah, it's kind of full circle. The fire prevention kind of supports the operation side. The favorite part of my job, I would say, is definitely coming into work every day. It's different, so it's not the same job every day. Yeah, I don't really have a typical day. I don't think anyone in the fire service has a typical day, but for me, sometimes I have time to catch up with emails, make it to all my meetings, but there are times where, I'm out in the field, still doing inspections, interacting with the public, and getting called out for hazmat investigations, for fire investigations. It's crazy because growing up in Milpitas, you never realize how diverse it is. It's not something that I realized till I grew up, but I'm just thankful to not only be a part of the community, but to be a public servant, being able to serve as an assistant fire marshal.